The Wolf and the 7 Young Goats. Once there was an old goat. She had 7 little goats. She loved them a lot. One day the mother goat went into the woods to find food for them. Before she left, she spoke to them all. "Dear children," she said, "I am going out into the wood. I will be gone for a while. There is a big bad wolf who lives near here. Be careful. If he comes inside the house, he will eat all of you. He often changes how he looks, so remember this. He has a deep voice and big black feet." "Dear mother," said the little goats, "do not worry. We will be safe." So the mother said goodbye and went to find food. A few hours later, there was a knock at the door. "Open the door, little children. Your mother is back, and she has some nice food for you." But the little goats knew it was the big bad wolf, because his voice was deep. "We won't open the door," they cried. "You are not our mother. She has a sweet voice, and your voice is not sweet. You must be the wolf." The wolf thought about what to do. Usually, children were not clever at all, and he could eat them up without any problem. But these goats were quite clever. So he went into town and bought some honey. He ate the honey, so that his voice was nice and soft. Then he went back to the goat's house and knocked at the door. "Open the door, little children. Your mother is back, and she has some nice food for you." The voice was much higher and sweeter than before. So the oldest goat looked under the door, and saw 2 big, black feet. "We won't open the door," they cried. "You are not our mother. She has small, pretty feet, and your feet are big and black. You must be the wolf." The wolf thought about what to do again. These children really were very clever. The wolf was very hungry, and he wanted to eat the little goats very much. So he went into town and went to the baker. "Baker," he said, "I have hurt my feet. Can you put some dough on them?" The baker covered his feet in white dough. But the wolf still had big black hands, and he knew the children were very clever. So he said to the baker, "Baker, I have hurt my hands, as well. Put some dough on them." By now, the baker thought the wolf had a plan. Everyone in town knew about the wolf, and they knew that he was bad. "I won't do it," said the baker. "If you don't do it," said the wolf, "I'll eat you up." The baker was afraid, so he covered the wolf's hands with dough. And that shows you what men are like. Now the wolf came to the goat's house for the 3rd time and knocked. "Open the door, little children. Your mother is back, and she has some nice food for you." "First show us your hands," said the goats. "Then we can know if it is really you." So he put his hands on the window, and they saw that they were white. "Let us open the door," said the youngest goat. "No," said the oldest goat. "I want to make sure. Dear mother, show us your feet. Then we can know if it is really you." So the wolf put his feet under the door, and they saw that they were white. By now the little goats were quite hungry, and they wanted their food. But the oldest goat was still worried. "I don't think it's our mother. She doesn't talk like that. Be quiet," said the others. "If we don't open the door, Mother will be very angry." So the oldest goat went and hid inside the big old clock in the house. The other goats opened the door, and when they saw it was the wolf, they ran away. One ran under the table, the second got into bed, the third got into the oven, the fourth went into the kitchen, the fifth went into the cupboard, and the sixth went under the sink. Of course, the wolf saw them, so he went and ate all of them, one by one. He ate them all except for the oldest goat, who was hidden inside the old clock. The wolf was very happy and full now, so he went and sat under a tree outside and slept. Less than an hour later, the mother goat came back from the wood. She couldn't believe it. The door was open. All the furniture was on the floor. Everything was dirty. She looked for the children, but could not find them. She called out each of their names, and only the oldest spoke. "Here I am, Mother," he cried. "In the old clock." So she helped him out, and he told her about the wolf. She cried and held the oldest little goat. When they went outside, they quickly found the wolf sitting under the tree. The mother goat looked at him carefully, and saw that his stomach was moving. "Oh my! It looks like my children are still alive." So they went and got a pair of scissors, and a needle and thread. She cut the wolf's stomach open, and all 6 little goats jumped out. They were all alive. The wolf had eaten so much that he slept, and did not notice all of this. "Shush," said the mother. "Go and find some big, heavy stones." The little goats did not understand, but they did what she said. They brought her the stones, and she filled the wolf's stomach with them. Then she used the needle and thread to put his stomach back together. The goats all went inside, and watched through the window. When the wolf woke up, he felt very thirsty. So he went to the river. As he walked, the stones inside him made a loud noise. The wolf sang to himself, "What is this inside me hurting all my bones? These animals are so lively, they were goats, and now they're stones." The wolf did not really think they were stones. He just liked to sing. But the goats did feel much heavier than before. "Well," he said, "a good meal is a good meal. I won't be hungry for a week after this." The wolf arrived at the river, and went to drink. But the stones were so heavy that he fell into the water. He tried to swim, but he couldn't. He was too heavy. "Help! Help!" said the wolf. But nobody came to help him. When it was over, the 7 little goats ran to the river and sang, "The wolf is dead. The wolf is dead." They danced around with their mother. They never had to worry about big bad wolves ever again.